Oh boy, has this channel just been really consistent in the past few weeks. Well, hey my fellow video gamers and Let's Players, I am JuddlePlays, and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back. And yes, before you ask, this episode is also a post-commentary. I believe I mentioned it in the last episode that that one and this one would be post-commentary for reasons of that I could not think of stuff to talk about, and also when I recorded like this section here, my roommate was in the room, so I kind of had to record it, or like secretly record it. Well, I won't say secretly recorded it, I mean like I just played through the levels, like the levels in this episode and the previous episode, while he was in there just playing for myself. But I had no volume on, but that was mostly because I'm very self-conscious about like the games I'm playing, and I know I shouldn't be, but I don't know. He mostly plays like Overwatch, and I think he used to play Fallout 4, but I think he's mostly playing Overwatch. And then there's me who's playing like these like little kid games, or I wouldn't even call it little kid games. It's just like for a younger audience. And before I continue talking with that, I am showing here that this is a Blue Gem platform. Well, no duh, you probably thought it was a Blue Gem platform, but that platform is actually the final gem platform in the game, and you need all of the colored gems in order to get the gem at the end of that platform. Every single Crash game has this. By this, I mean the Crash games made by Naughty Dog, and by that, I mean Crash 1, 2, and 3. Or I'm not sure, maybe Crash Team Racing has something to do when you get all the boxes. Not all the boxes, when you get, like, all the gems. But I know Crash Team Racing has a little bit different, like, collectibles. Even though I personally think that's one of the better story modes in a racing game. Even though a lot of people say Diddy Kong Racing's a good story mode, but I haven't really played that game that much, or by that, I mean I haven't really seen much of the game, but yeah. Now, I'm trying to think what I was talking about before. I guess I can say that, or maybe I can give a reason why it's been a few days or almost a week since the last episode of Crash Bandicoot 2 came out. Well, that was because I was planning on recording it before I went up to school on Monday, but I decided not to because I just really didn't feel like recording it. And I'm like, okay, I'll be able to record it when I get up there, and I never really felt like doing that. But another main reason why actually the first episode of this post-commentary was delayed a little bit is because my laptop has been royally pissing me off for the past few weeks. It started when I started Crash 2, and I don't know exactly why, because Sly 2 was perfectly fine when it came to editing. But whenever I edit episodes, like anything now, Sony Vegas just crashes. I don't know why, but it only does this on my laptop. I can be recording on my desktop, or not, I shouldn't say recording, I can be editing any video on my desktop. So it kind of just shows that, like, it is, Sony Vegas is not the problem, or if Sony Vegas is the problem, it is only the problem on my laptop. Because in any way, every way that Sony Vegas can crash, it is crashed. Like, sometimes it shows this, like, do you want to send an error report? And other times it just stops responding. And it's funny because when it brings up the thing that says, like, oh, do you want to give an error report? Like, it's just out of nowhere. Like, the video can still be playing, and it's like, oh, Sony Vegas has stopped working. And I'm like, how is it stopped working? Why did it stop working? Because it didn't seem like anything was the problem. But the funny thing is, on my desktop, I can edit videos perfectly fine at, like, the best quality. By the best quality, I mean, Sony Vegas has an option where if, like, your video's kind of stuttering, you can lower the quality option in order for it to actually play through the video without stuttering. If it does get a little hard, it will automatically change. Like when I previously used Vegas Movie Studio, if I ever started playing it on best full, it would automatically go down to preview half whenever I was viewing the video. But this video, I mean, on this computer I can watch at best full because I do not use an unsharp mask, which if you want to know, an unsharp mask, it makes the quality of certain games really good. I didn't want to do it on this game because, actually, a weird thing about this is, this is one of the only series where I don't actually do any video stuff in order to make it look better. Like, the way my the way my Elgato Game Capture HD records the game on my PS3 is how you see it. I mean, obviously, I add the sidebars and I crop it so there's no black bars on the side of the screen, but, the quality is the same. Also, that is me being stupid. I believe I spend a decent amount of time on this bonus round trying to get into it, or, well, obviously, I got into it right there, so I didn't spend any time trying to get into it, but I spend a lot of time trying to get through it because I am stupid. And I don't know if I take as long of a time as the last episode, but I will say that I believe the majority of this episode is actually this level. So if you really like space levels, then there you go. But going back to what I was talking about with like editing or whatever, it's gotten to the point with my laptop that I can't edit anything because it crashes so many times. Like today, I was actually editing an episode of Super Mario 3D World for Jamaican, and I'm like, what was I going to say? Yeah, but also, I did the same exact thing. The definition of insanity is right there. That's what it is. But what I was saying was, crap. Oh yeah, that I was trying to edit an episode of Super Mario 3D World for Jamaican, and even when I put the quality to, like, the lowest quality it could be, it would still crash. But get this, guys. Get this. I edited the same exact video on my desktop, and I watched it at, like, the best quality I could for the preview, and nothing bad happened. It did not crash. Nothing bad happened. Like, I thought my laptop was really good. Like, better than my desktop, because, if you want to know, my desktop is actually getting kind of old. As of, like, Christmas of this year, I would have had this desktop for 4 years, which, with the way technology goes, it is probably pretty outdated. But then again, I think my desktop still has a better processor than my laptop, but my laptop has like a better graphics card, so maybe that's why my laptop doesn't edit as well as my desktop. But I was getting to the point where I'm like, do I want to switch editing programs? Like, do I really want to start trying to use Adobe Premiere? Because Sony Vegas was really starting to get on my nerves. I was thinking, like, I don't know, maybe it's just Vegas Pro, because if you don't know, as of, I think, September, or at least maybe August, I started using Vegas Pro 13 instead of what I was using Vegas Movie Studio, which I was using Vegas Movie Studio for the better part of, like, 5 years, which is crazy to think because I originally got it in 2011, and yeah, I think it would have been around the 5-year anniversary of using that editing software. But you'd think it'd be a little outdated, but no, I really liked that, and I didn't even mention it, but I finished that bonus round. Also, one little thing I want to mention, I die on these parts a lot. The reason why is because for some odd reason, I cannot get the slide timing right. I have seen many people do this correctly, and I don't know what they do differently than what I do, but they always end up sliding correctly, and it makes me a little mad because it just takes forever, where I mostly need I need a mask here in order to get it, and then I sometimes burn myself on this next part like that. So, I don't understand what I do that makes that happen, but yeah. I don't even know if I want to continue ranting about my laptop situation. All I have to say now is I'm probably going to have to be, for the rest of, like, my channel, going to have to edit the videos on my desktop, because it's not like my laptop has a problem. I personally think my laptop runs better than my desktop in a lot of ways, where, like, I can browse the internet and, like, do assignments for, like, computer science homework and stuff like that, because if you don't, or actually, for my computer science homework, I have to, make programs on a thing called Putty, or, well, it's Fang, actually, but it's a way that I can write in the C programming language and do stuff, but I'm not going to get too far into that. But, yeah, so I'm still going to use my laptop for that, obviously, because I need a computer at school to do certain things like that. But editing will just be on my desktop until I can somehow find a way that my laptop can actually work with editing. I have no idea. Which is funny because the last episode I actually recorded the commentary on my laptop and nothing bad happened. But then, right when I started to watch through the episode and edit it, it decided to crash. And I originally thought that I would have to suck it up with this series and just record it and then just not edit the episode. Because it can obviously render fine, it's just, it crashes so many times and I have to save after, like, every little thing I do. Because if I don't, something bad will happen. And also, Vegas kind of glitched up a little bit in the video preview, so I got a little scared there because of what happens with my laptop. But yeah, so luckily, actually, I'm saying way too many words in succession. That was a double death right there. Look at that. I'm a small angel. You can't really say that, like many things in this game, you can't really say you're a small angel that often, because you only die like that in this level and the previous level with the little laser things. I was about to say previous episode, which would still make sense, but I kind of wanted to say previous level. But going back to what I was saying, or whatever, luckily, Thanksgiving break is coming up pretty soon, and then Christmas break is also coming up pretty soon, which I have like a month off for that. So instead of like working for my father, I'll... Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Okay. That is the second time that has happened during recording, and I think that time you probably heard it better because my mic is a lot closer to my phone. And that was Siri deciding to, actually record what I was saying. But this time I didn't take a screen cap of it because I didn't want to. The last time that happened was when I was recording a Sunday Fun Day back in, like, April, I think, of this year. It was during, like... It was during, I almost said Easter break, but it was spring break. It was during spring break, and I remember I was recording, and then all of a sudden, like, Siri just starts talking. And it's funny because I'm saying the name right now, and nothing happens, but I'm pretty sure I didn't say anything that sounded like, "Hey, Siri." And let's see, is it gonna... Okay, that time it picked up, so at least it works like that, because sometimes you say that, and it doesn't actually pick it up. So there are non-benefits to, the Siri mechanism, because it can think you said the certain names, but you didn't. Well, you didn't say the certain names. I meant you said the certain words, or I don't even know. But yeah, going on to another topic, or not even another topic, I will be able to edit videos at home, as I said, because of the 2 breaks I have, and hopefully I'll be able to record a lot at school or at home, so I can get videos out at a regular basis, because I don't want to spoil too much, but I've decided to revamp my channel a little bit, where I'm not going to be doing traditional Let's Plays anymore, but I'm also not just going to be doing, like, one-off videos. Yeah, but sorry for the burp there, but I have, like, an idea for a series I want to do, but I'm not so sure how it's going to work out, so I'm probably going to record the first little series of that series, if that makes any sense, and then I'll see how you guys like it, and if you guys like it, I will continue to do it, because I am running out of games to do traditional Let's Plays with, and I kind of just want to start doing something else. And also, I realized that I just spent that whole entire level, 12 minutes, ranting about my laptop. Now, during this boss fight coming up, because yes, we do have a boss fight. There is a final boss in this game, after a little cutscene, obviously, which I will be quiet for because I feel as if you should be able to hear that. But yeah, and during that boss fight, I will tell you about my little bit of trouble I had scheduling today. But here's Cortex.
Yes! My plan is nearly complete, and I have you, Crash Bandicoot, to thank for it. N.Gin? What's happening? What's that? Is he stealing our signal?
Crash! Cortex isn't going to use the crystals to contain the planet's energy. He's going to harness the Force and use it to power the Super Cortex vortex he has built on his space station. One blast of the ray will cover the entire world, turning everyone into Cortex's mindless slaves. Crash, don't let him have those crystals!
N.Gin, you... She's telling him everything! Ah, yes. We're back now. Pardon the, interruption. Crash, bring me...
Cortex, I don't believe you're what you say you are. I'm gonna beat you in a space battle, but before I beat you in the space battle, I'm probably gonna lose a few times because this player sucks at playing this part. And I did that in one breath, and I should not have done that in one breath, but this is the final boss battle. A lot of people say it's a pushover. I don't think it's a pushover because I suck at using the jetpack controls here. Even though some people say, oh, the jetpack controls aren't that great, I personally do not like them, and I end up hitting into rocks and hitting into mines, even though I did not realize at this part that you can actually spin into the rocks and the mines in order to get rid of them. But what you have to do is you have to go to Cortex and spin into him, and spinning into him will actually damage him. Well, obviously it damages him because if you look at the top left corner, there's his health bar, and now it just says N.Co. or N.Co. instead of N.Cortex. But I'm going on to my rant I wanted to do here. Yeah, so, I mean, it's not much of another rant. It's just, today was the first day I could actually schedule for my second semester of college, which is crazy to think that my first semester of my freshman year of college is almost done. Like, it's flown by really fast. And this is coming from someone who thought his senior year of high school went by really fast. Now I'm in frickin' college, and Cortex is laughing at me. Cortex, stop laughing at me. I do not like it when you laugh at me. It makes me triggered. And I am not going to be joking about being triggered or anything because I guess that's a serious topic. I don't know, I feel like I don't want to offend any people here. Even though I did have ideas of making a comedy sketch channel, not really comedy sketch channel, but like a comedy talk show channel or some shit like that, where I do very like offensive comedy or whatever, but I've decided not to because with the content I want to do, even though I am planning on revamping my channel, I want to continue doing gaming content because I feel as if like I've been doing gaming content for my whole YouTube career, and it's just something I really like to do. Like, I really like editing it, and I don't want to edit big videos where I might not even be happy making them. But as long as I do video game videos, I am happy making these. But going on to the schedule thing, as I said, today was the first day I could schedule for the second semester, and I had a schedule all out, and like, all the classes had a lot of spaces open, because obviously I had to get my 2 main classes for my major, and then 2 other classes. I wanted to get linear algebra for my major, like, because I need to have that eventually, but yeah, that was kind of filled out before any of the freshmen were even able to sign up for that, so I probably will be able to get that later. But on another note, I was trying to sign up for a class. I believe it was called, not computing fundamentals, that's what I'm taking right now. It was called computer organization, which is what I have to take, I have to take it for my major. And I wanted to take it with a certain professor. But for some odd reason, it would not let me register for that class. It said there was some, restriction, not really restriction, but there was some reason why I couldn't register for that. And I thought it was because, I didn't have the prerequisites, and I'm like, oh crap, what does this mean? Because, even though a lot of the classes say you have to take this certain math, you have to take, finite math, since I'm doing a BS-MS program, I'm taking discrete mathematics, so I thought, oh my god, I won't be able to do this. But I signed up with another professor at another time with that class, the one I didn't want, and it signed me up. So I have no idea what's wrong with that.
No! You haven't seen the last of me, Crash Bandicoot!
Crash, what do you suppose happened to Cortex? And what about the Cortex Vortex? It's still up there.
And the Cortex Vortex will stay up there for the rest of the game. But going back to what I was saying, I find it really stupid how I couldn't sign up for the same exact class. People might be saying, well, maybe there wasn't any spots open, but I'm pretty sure when I was looking, there was 17 spots available, so I was able to get into it. But for some reason, it wouldn't let me. Maybe I'll go on later because I do have a lot of time until my second semester starts, and I could easily, drop classes or something. I may drop a certain class if someone decides to drop linear algebra, because I really want to take that. Instead, I'm actually taking statistical methods or whatever, which is another thing that I guess my major requires. Well, it actually requires linear algebra and statistics, which I'm guessing statistical methods counts as statistics because it has the fucking name in there. Sorry for my language there. I don't know why I'm swearing. It's not very nice to swear like that, but yeah, I don't know. I want to take both of them eventually because I don't know. I like math in a certain sense. I know a lot of people don't like that and they like other subjects, but I've always been a math person. I used to think I was a science person, but I'm not really into that as much. Luckily, I believe, since I took AP Bio last year, and my major requires me to actually take a science class that has a lab, and since that class had a lab, I'm hoping I don't have to take another science class like that. Or it said it was a natural science one, which I'm pretty sure biology is as natural of a science as you can get, because it's literally the science of how the Earth works, or the science of the Earth is more of geology, but biology is, the science of life, because I'm pretty sure it was called life science when I took biology in 7th grade, but whatever. So yeah, I never mentioned it, but we are we are done with the game, and these are the credits. There is another scene you get to see with N.Brio after you get all 42 gems, and N.Brio decides to destroy the entire, like, Cortex Vortex, but sadly I will not be able to show that because that is only in a 100% playthrough, and I'd rather show that in a 100% playthrough rather than this. But we are done with Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back, and I've decided to save because after I beat the game 100%, I never saved the game, and that is why that file is 97%. I could easily go back there and beat Cortex again and save and get 100%, but I've decided not to. So, this has been Juddle Plays saying see you later and goodbye for the last episode of Crash Bandicoot 2 Cortex Strikes Back. And sadly, the screen's going away because that's where the recording stopped. I'm going to talk for a little bit and probably have a picture here because I was thinking of, like, rushing it, but I decided not to because I don't like rushing commentary and stuff. But I do want to say this Let's Play has been waiting a while to be brought back, and then even though it was brought back, it probably wasn't brought back in the best manner as it could have been, because the last two episodes were in post-commentary, and this episode was me literally ranting about my laptop for 12 minutes, and then me ranting about something else, and I thought I just saw someone pull through my driveway. I'm not sure if they did or not, but before I continue to ramble on for too long, I have to say that that is about it for this Let's Play, as I said before, and I will see you in most likely an update video where I talk about this new series kind of thing that I want to do. It's like a series of series in a way, and it's something that I feel like some people might like, and I will definitely like it more, because it basically means that I can record any game I want without having to beat the game. So, this has been Juddle Plays saying see you later and goodbye.